Hello, welcome to my Heaven Barnes Red guide video. First of all, I would like to thank to Seraph.db for providing some information that I will convey in this video. If you want to see detailed information on a certain SS, S, or A style from this game, you can just go to their website on hbr.quest. In this video, I will explain 3 topics. For the first one is about team building, second one is about damage multiplier, and for the last one is about score challenge. For the first topic, I will explain to you how you can maximize your team depends on enemy's weakness. In every team must contain at least 1 DPS. There is 2 types of DPS in this game. There is attacker and breaker. What's the difference? For the attacker unit, they will do more damage to your enemy's HP. For example, this SS Surka Kayamori style have skill that 30% HP effectiveness, so she will deal 30% more damage to enemy's HP. For the other one, breaker, the breaker unit will deal more damage to enemy's DP. For example, this is Yukizumi's second SS. The skill got 50% DP effectiveness, so she will deal 50% more damage to enemy's DP. So you can bring 1 DPS only, or you can just bring both of them, so you will break the enemy's DP with the breaker easily, and you deal damage to enemy's HP with attacker. But in this video, I will just gonna use 1 DPS. For the second slot, you wanna use 1 healer or defender, so you can sustain in a long battle against powerful enemies. And for the third slot, you want to use Blaster. What did Blaster do? Blaster will increase your devastation percentage on enemies, but only when the enemy's DP is already gone. So make sure that you use the Blaster skill on enemies that is already break. The more devastation percentage you get, more damage you will deal. And you can fill the rest of the sword with either buffer or debuffer. For this team, I'm gonna use 2 buffer and 1 debuffer. If you don't have 2 buffer, you can just do 1 buffer, 2 debuffer. That's okay, depending on how your gacha results are. For the final formation, you're gonna need 1 DPS, 1 defender or 1 healer, 1 blaster, and 2 buffer, 1 debuffer, or 1 buffer, 2 debuffer. When you feel like you don't need any healer or defender in your team, you can just change it to another buffer. But for this team, I'm just gonna use the defender unit. And there you go, you've got balanced team. And this team is also an example for the fire elemental team that you can build. And for the other elemental team, this one for the ice team, this one for the thunder team, this one for light team, This one for dark team, and for the last one is non-elemental team. For the second topic, I will explain to you how to maximize your damage multiplier. One way to boost your damage is, of course, use your buffer unit. And for buff, there is several type of buff. For example, this is Seika Higuchi's second SS style, and she've got 3 types of buff in her kit. The first one is skill attack buff. Second one is crit rate buff, and then the last one is crit damage buff. There's also some other buff like elemental skill buff, charge buff, extra turn buff, elemental field buff, and ally hit count buff. And not all buff can be stacked. The one can be stacked is skill buff and elemental skill buff. Each one of them can be stacked for 2 stacks. Other way to boost your damage is using the buffer unit. There's also several types of debuff. For example, this is Isuzu SS style. She've got 2 types of debuff. First one is defense debuff, and then the second one is fire defense debuff. There's also another type of debuff, such as misfortune debuff and fragile debuff, and also other elemental type defense debuff. And for the last one, to increase your damage to the enemies, you can use blaster unit. So you can increase your devastation percentage with the blaster unit, and this is an example how your devastation percentage do to your damage. Okay, as you can see from previous video, the damage without using blaster skill is 200 123,000. And damage with the blaster skill is become 442,000. It's 198% more damage with the blaster skill. And for the last topic, I will explain to you how you can maximize your score in Score Challenge. Firstly, make sure you bring your team depending on the boss weakness. And then you can just stack as much buff as possible to your DPS, stack some debuffs to your enemies, increase your devastation percentage, and strike the enemy when you're on overdrive so you can obtain 10% damage bonus. And this is an example how you can maximize your Score Challenge.
からシャッターチャンスですよ。
みのり、よっちゃん、進む、ムーは見てて。
ありがとう。
無駄に綺麗な星空。最後がこんなよりもよかろう。
ディープニング。
データを取らせてもらおう。
調子で頼むぜ。私が輝くためにラーメン。その道は美しい勝負を作ってやつだってよ。
何もない夏だって。こうすりゃ二人だけの花火だ。
いつかランウェイで輝くために。